Raul says, Justin, what have been some of your favorite casual wear fragrances in 2024? Many fragrances that find themselves in the videos these days are very unique and lend themselves to specific situations. On the other hand, many other fragrances that might be categorized as easy or casual wears can come across as basic or boring. Looking forward to your thoughts. Here are my thoughts, Raul. If there's anyone that calls really casual, easy, everyday fragrances basic or boring,
it's usually me.
but to be clear with you guys, basic and boring does not equate to bad. And secondly, I enjoy all kinds of fragrances, even the fragrances I would call super easy, maybe even borderline basic. And I've done some videos outlining what I would consider my basic bro fragrances that I actually enjoy. But today I'm gonna answer Raul's question. I'm gonna share with you guys 10 fragrances that I consider super casual, super everyday wears that I've actually gotten a good amount of wear out of this year. I haven't looked at the numbers, I'll do that later, but just going based off of the experiences that I had and that I can remember, I know I've reached for these fragrances quite a bit this year. I've actually had a good little bit of simple in my rotation during 2024. I'm going to share these with you. I don't really consider any of these to be basic or boring. They all interest me in different ways, but they are all relatively simple. If you haven't tried any of these fragrances, they will be linked down in the description. So let's dive right into it. Our first one up here is from the house of Orman Jayne. They call this Tanger. I've been talking about this one more and more over the past few weeks or so. I just find this fragrance to be so beautiful, but it's so easy to wear. There is an orangey feel. I do get this kind of mandarin or bright citrus, orangey, juicy fruitiness, but it is immediately backed by a warm, ambery vanilla sweetness. It's kind of creamy and smooth. There is some kind of dry element. I don't know if it's a musk or woods or maybe both that give it some texture, that give it some depth, and that actually make it feel a little bit more masculine than it might sound. I think there's even some florals in here, but this comes across pretty masculine on me and it surprised me, and I talked about that in a recent video. Anyway, this is a fragrance I typically say for the daytime, and I wear it casually and it smells amazing on my skin pretty much all day. Love this stuff. Let me know if you've tried it. If you haven't, once again, I'm gonna have a link down below. That is Orman Jayne Tanger. I've talked about this fragrance so much over the past few weeks, so I'm going to save you some time. I'm not going to describe it. You can go back to any one of my recent videos and it's probably in there. This is Creed Original Vetiver. Once again, I've talked about it a lot. I've gotten a lot of wear out of it. It's very easy. It's very casual. I love it. It's one of my favorites from the house. Moving on. No stranger here, this is Bleu de Chanel Parfum, my current favorite from this collection. I am looking forward to seeing what they do next as far as an update to it, because I know it's coming. We know Elixir is around the corner. There's something Bleu coming. This is one of the smoothest, most refined, sexy, and versatile shower gel like fragrances you can wear. And honestly, if I had to pick one blue fragrance for the rest of time, I'm going with the Bleu de Chanel line, particularly the Parfum. I love this stuff. It is still fresh. It still has a cleanliness to it, but it has this deep, musky, almost ambery warmth to it that makes it a little bit less transparent and makes it maybe a little bit more versatile. You could wear it almost year round, and it just makes it smell a little bit more sophisticated. I can wear this in more situations outside of just being casual, but it is still relatively casual as far as a scent personality goes. There's not a whole lot going on here. It doesn't have a ton to say, but what it does say, it says it very well. Let's see how the Elixir does. The newest from Narciso Rodriguez. This is an easy wear. This is Vetiver Musc. This one has grown on me quite a bit. I thought it was good when I first tried it. The more I've worn it, I really like it. I think it's quite good. It's very good. I wouldn't say I love it yet, but I'm leaning that way for sure. This is green and woody, musky, dry, but clean and fresh all at the same time. And it's the musk that is on display here. It is the musk that really characterizes this scent. If you don't like a warm, cloudy, hazy, staticky, cottony, musky feel, I hope that explains it, then you may not really dig this line in general. They are known for their musk. I don't get a ton of vetiver presence. It's more on the clean side of things, maybe like the Tom Ford Grey vetiver type of vetiver. It is not that bitter, super grassiness at all. There's just a dry woodiness here. There might even be some cypress running around in here, adding to the dry woody quality. But ultimately, it's smooth, it's clean, and it is casual, but it's interesting. From the designer house of Brunello Cucinelli, this is their Pour Homme. This one may not be for all of you guys, not because of the smell. It smells fantastic to me. It's quite simple, but it's very refined. It's so well put together. It's this sharp, musky woodiness. It's very fresh, lots of juniper in here. It has a very ethereal feel, so it doesn't hit you all at once. It kind of evades you, and it's a little bit elusive in a way, and it sticks around on the skin for a while, but I think you can go nose blind to it, and I think that's what people won't like about it. You may not smell it for most of the day because of the aroma chemicals or whatever they're using in here. I think it can make you go nose blind if you get a little bit too much exposure to it. Also, it is a little expensive. I will say that it is a designer fragrance. We've been seeing designer prices go up, and this is a part of that trend for sure. So it's going to be up to you if it's worth it. That's why I would recommend getting a sample first if you can. That does seem to be kind of hard to find, but I will link to whatever I can find. If you haven't tried this one, you're looking for something that is simple, that is easy to wear, pretty casual, but I'd say you can dress this one up pretty good. It does have this classiness to it, this very modern Italian, fresh, masculine classiness to it. I would check it out. I'm really digging it. More than I thought I would. That is Brunello Cucinelli Pour Homme. Here at number 6 from Fragrance du Bois, another fragrance that has grown on me. I totally called this basic and borderline boring when I first got it. The brand sent it to me and I was like,
Come on, guys, this is just...
The more I've worn it, the more I've started to realize it is a little bit special. This is, again, from Fragrance du Bois. It's called London Spice, and I like it. I liked it when I first smelled it. I just didn't think it was remarkable for being in a niche bottle. It's a mainstream scent profile inside of a luxury bottle, and that's just what it is. But in wearing it, it is a little bit special in my collection. It is a minty aquatic, fresh, minty and aquatic, something kind of sweet in there, maybe a fruitiness, I'm not sure, maybe it's a citrus, there's some woods. It's a light scent overall. It doesn't last a ton of hours on me, which is fine. This is more daytime casual wear. I will probably put something else on later. I know a lot of people will have an issue with that because of the price you pay. They equate dollars spent should equal hours on your skin. We all know it doesn't work like that because performance of a fragrance is not a quantifiable feature. You can't really control it. You can't put it in the scent and then guarantee it to the consumer. It just doesn't work that way. Some people will get a whole lot more time out of this than others. That's just the variability of perfume. I'm going on a rant right now. I didn't intend to do that. All I wanted to say is that this is a great casual fragrance that I have been enjoying in 2024. Exhale, move on. From Cartier, I think it is discontinued, but you can find it from time to time on the discounters. I got this one from FragranceBuy.ca. This is Roadster, what some people might consider a quintessential minty fragrance, a quintessential designer mint. This is mint, vetiver, maybe some vanilla. There's this smooth, creamy, almost dry, grassy, woody vetiver in the background, but on top of that is this vanilla mint combo. It is almost toothpaste leaning, but I think the vetiver kind of offsets that. It adds a little bit of bitterness. It adds this, again, texture to it, so it doesn't go all the way to toothpaste land. It is a great, easy to wear, simple but kind of unique, woody, minty fragrance that I've really enjoyed wearing to the gym. That is where I get most of my wear out of it. Let me know if you've happened to try this one. I'll link it down below if I can find it. I can't guarantee FragranceBuy still has it because it does come and go pretty quickly. That is Cartier Roadster. My scent of the day, I haven't worn this in a couple of months, but I have been enjoying it this year and I've enjoyed it since it came out. This is from Zaharoff, his signature Royale X. There's something about this bottle. I've let it sit over the past couple years that I've had it, and it's changed a bit. It's gotten deeper. It's gotten a little bit richer, more robust. It has more of this presence to it. It hasn't gotten stronger per se, but the wearing experience as I'm smelling it around me has been different. It's been more noticeable. I obviously cannot guarantee you'll have the same experience, but I've thoroughly enjoyed wearing this casually. I actually saw Grace earlier right before filming wearing this, and she could not stop complimenting on how much she loved this scent. She thinks it's really sexy. This is kind of a clean and dirty scent all at the same time. It is this clean citrus with some woods. There's a bit of this dirty musk, a little bit of funk to it, but it's not funky, if that makes sense. It just adds some edge. It adds this very natural, almost skin or body smell to it that just works perfectly with the citrus, and it ultimately just comes across like a well-oiled man. I'm gonna go ahead and rescind that comment. Let me know if you dig this one. That is Zaharoff Signature Royale X. I find this to be one of the classiest fresh designer fragrances I have in my collection. From the house of John Varvatos, we have Artisan Pure, known for its citruses, orange-like citruses, maybe tangerine, maybe mandarin, maybe clementine. I don't remember all the orange notes in here, but it definitely comes across orangey. There's this almost soapy, floral orangey feel, but with petitgrain. The petitgrain here is what gives it balance. It is a dry, leafy, woody, kind of twiggy feel. I think it's like the branches and the leaves of the orange tree. That's what petitgrain represents. Maybe blended with some musks in there. I don't remember all the base notes, but it's just this clean, white linen smelling vibe. It does smell daytime. You're dressed well, not super formally or anything. It is still fairly casual, quite versatile, a very dapper smelling fresh fragrance that you can wear anytime, anywhere. That is from John Varvatos. It's Artisan Pure. And our final fragrance from the house of Dior. I've gotten a lot of wear out of this at the gym. I've thoroughly enjoyed the aura that it has when it's around me in the air. I just feel like I'm clean, maybe kind of sporty. It doesn't really smell overly sporty, but there is an energizing freshness to it that I think lends itself to that environment. This is Dior Homme Sport 2021. It does take the original Dior Homme 2020, which I loved, and it makes it a little fresher. So it is this very musky, woody, citrusy freshness, but in this case, it's a little bit more on the clean side with aldehydes, but this has more of a robust base. So it's almost like they took the original Dior Homme 2020 and they added more at the bottom and more at the top to kind of expand it vertically in a way to where it has more depth, which is so weird for a sport flanker, but it smells wonderful. It has this almost rough, musky, almost ambery touch. As it dries down, it gets kind of abrasive, just slightly, but it's in an interesting way. It still does smell clean, maybe makes it smell a little bit sexier, but ultimately it's a casual scent profile that does smell very attractive in the air. It is going to get some positive attention if you want that, if you're looking for that. This is so easy to wear. Make sure you love it though, because you should love everything you put on your body. Don't just wear it in hopes of other people liking it. Wear it because you love it, and then most likely people will not notice it, because that's just what it is, unless you spray too much, or unless they're a frag head, or unless you get really close to them. It's not that serious. Just love what you wear. That is Dior Homme Sport 2021. All right, those are some of my favorite casual wear fragrances I've been enjoying in 2024. I want to know what you think of them if you've tried them. If you haven't, you can check them out down in the description. There will be links to some decants, maybe with some discount codes as we normally do. And I want to thank you so much for tuning in. Peace. I'll see you in the next one.